Today I'm going to share with you Struggles and Blessings Part 1. Doug's brother Doug passed away from leukemia in 1999. He was only in his 40s. She really had a tough time with that. Doug was her younger brother, the stronger one, whom you never thought you'd have to worry about. I did my best to support her, and she leaned on her faith. Doug's wife had called for everyone to come down and see him one last time. We were with Donna and Linda when the call came, so we all drove down together, about an hour's drive to Harrisburg. We were able to be there when he passed. Doug loved football and coached all three of his sons. He was always there for them. I remember seeing all three of his sons at the funeral, along with all the families and kids he touched as a coach. It is wonderful for Debbie to see all that support. I always had trouble walking in my generation. The doctor didn't really know what was going on. When I was a kid, the medical people said there wasn't anything they could do about it. I'd be walking then, all of a sudden just go down. 2001, I finally got diagnosed. In fact, it was on September 11th, 2001. I remember that I was at the ribbon factory working when 9/11 hit. I remember how everything got quiet when there was no airplanes in the air. We'd always hear them going over the building, but not that day. I remember getting home and just being glad to be home. I had a doctor's appointment that day. Dad knew we were going to get the results, so she got up early and came with me. I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. I remember saying that day, I don't want to be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. At that point, I was still quite active. Daddy told me that I could do it, that I could walk. I fought that prognosis for as long as I could, and for a long time I could still walk. All the positivity and love being poured into me helped me to keep me going. I remember having a hard time at first with the diagnosis. When she found out, I could understand why it was tough. It was frustrating to have physical challenge, but I wasn't the kind of person to give up. I always did fight when things like that happened to me. It was built in me to fight, to keep going. It was instilled in me by my parents and by my wife, all fighters. The doctor told me that he had seen so many people who have what I have just give up. I never think of it as a handicap. Some people think it's terrible to have this life, but it's never stopped me. My mother never wanted me to think that way. The doctor told me that I would keep moving, that I would keep going. I did my best to do that. I can only say I fought to walk for as long as I could.